So get into it. We're we took our talents to Auburn. We're about to play quarterback for Auburn. First thing we were looking at was, you know, we were cool with the motherfucking offensive scheme they had. We wanted to be in the SEC. We wanted that dope competition. You know what I'm saying? Even though deep down in my heart, I'm a Florida State fan. You know, I'm a Giants fan, but I don't always play for the Giants and shit. So just like him, although we wanted to be in the SEC, and I also knew like, bruh, if I really wanted as many options as I want in the future, imagine what I could do if I whoop Alabama and then take the crown for the state of Alabama and give it to Auburn. So coming to Auburn, we made that decision, and they were one of the schools that were offering us a starting job. So start in the SEC, true freshman, go off, win the. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of potential, a lot of upside here if I have success. So we came to Auburn. So dropping back, need to get the first down, and y'all see I get out that pocket and I make a play. And man, I'm gonna do a lot of breaking of the fourth wall this game because the replays. Oh my god, the game is just so beautiful, bro. Uh, Trying to make a play there, but offensive line, we just got to get better. Coming back on 3rd and 12, and at first the way coach was calling the plays, it was a lot of just make the play that needs to be made on the down. We needed to make the play, but the more the game went on, what I like about coach is when he's calling these plays, it doesn't take much to influence him. Like if I come out here and throw an interception, I already know next drive he's coming run hit me. But another thing is if he sees I'm out here having success throwing the rock, he'll start calling those passing plays. And I've done, practice road to glories, and I could say like even on the other team I was on, coach was gonna run that ball regardless. He didn't really too much care. But here, I actually like that there's a feel to his play calling. I know if I throw a pick or I make a offense isn't going, he's gonna go to the run game, and vice versa. If the run game's not working, he's gonna start calling those passes. Or vice versa. If the running back's doing good, even though we're not calling too many plays on him, he'll start calling more plays for the running back. And vice versa again. If I'm doing good, he starts calling more plays for me. So next drive, running the ball here as we got our first touchdown. And, we saw the coverage and we knew either we was going to throw this hitch or we was going to throw this seam. And we threw that seam. Beautiful play here. Running the ball up, just trying to get some yards going. But, that didn't work for real. So coach called another run. And we got more yards, getting us to an easier third and manageable. Love the pump fake after we got the quick out. Pump fake to the running back. Just gave him the ball. Then we go back to running the ball because coach called the run. And for our first game out, our goal is just to, kind of show the fans what to expect this season. Show them that they're in good hands. Show them that they don't need to worry, honestly. And then I come out here and I'm busting that gritty. And I was gritty in real life. So, yeah, I bust that thing. And I'm showing the fans early in the first quarter, like, yeah, I got y'all, man. Those days of, y'all know what those days of. They're gone, man. I got y'all, man. We're good. We're going to have some fun this year. Running the ball and running the RPO here. Getting the ball into their hands and just trying to have them make a play. Here, I actually had a whole touchdown, but I missed it. So we had to end up punting this ball. And I'm okay with that because up 14-0, we're comfortable. And I didn't make a bad read. I didn't force a turnover. And that's the main thing we're looking for. Here, getting out this pocket, trying to get up. I tried to get upfield because I felt him just gaining on me. And we still went down, but we went down for a game. I mean, a 0-yard game. So, win and a lose at the same time. But at the same time, I always look at it as a win because you didn't make me go backwards. I went forward. We just didn't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. As long as we're not losing yards. So here, getting in the red zone, trying to score a touchdown without forcing anything in. I roll out looking for a receiver to work with me as we've been working that in practice. As y'all saw at the beginning of the video, that's something we work a lot. So nobody rolled out, and I just did the smart thing. I didn't risk it. I didn't throw it in the coverage. I didn't turn the ball over, and I allowed us to score. Then we came back out here, had a nice play action fake, saw they were in man coverage, and that double move was nasty. That double move won, and I love it. I love it. Breaking the fourth wall again. The reason I really love it is because bad pass. It was a good pass, but we were late. And then coming back on the screen, no screen. What was I about to say? I was about to break the fourth wall. I don't even remember. But look, moving along. Nice little flat to the running back for another touchdown. I see we running away with this thing, but at the same time, we're doing everything we wanted to do. This is exactly what I wanted to show the fans, bro. Like them old days of knowing, like, bro, I don't know what this season might hold. Gone. Don't worry, I got y'all. For as long as I'm here, and that might not be long at all. I ain't gonna lie to you, it might not be that long. But for as long as I'm here, I got y'all. So at halftime, the score is 35-3. And I'm just loving it. And honestly, this is one of my favorite players. I'm just looking for him. And he's making plays. And I can truly say, like, this whole receiving core, they kind of got my trust. Like, they kind of got my trust. Because they make plays. And what's crazy is the two receivers that have most of my trust are not the starters. That's one thing I actually do like about this game. Like, you know, you have to catch a feel for who you like, even though you don't make the depth chart. So somebody could be started, but you might not like the feel that they bring to the table. So, and in times like this leads to where my favorite receivers actually are number two on the depth chart or number three on the depth chart. Like, and then rolling out the pocket here, and just making a play. We broke that set. Then we saw our receiver working back to us. Honestly, I wasn't gonna force it, but that wasn't forcing it. He was working back to us. It was a smart read. It was basically like I rolled out the pocket and threw a hitch. One thing about this game that really helps, especially if they're getting a lot of pressure, is fake snapping. Definitely means something this year. We saw him beat him off the release, and we already knew he was throwing that. And that's our number one receiver. And honestly, he's earning more trust, but at the same time, he's like my third favorite receiver. Because my number one favorite receiver is number 8. My second favorite receiver is number 3. Then we have the senior over here, big 1400 ugly. But yeah, you see the tight end went on that corner route. And honestly, throwing this ball, I was a little nervous because I was like, did I just lob it to the tight end? This might not end good. Our tight end bodied that man and took off running. I'm like, oh my goodness. I didn't even realize what type of offense I brought myself to. But it's great. And I'm looking at all these seniors and everything, and my goal is to just make sure they go out with a bang. So, and that's including the running back as well. He's a senior too, and I know that's going to be crazy because he's a great running back. And I could tell if the offense was predicated around him, he would probably raise his draft stock a lot. But he's not like one of those running backs where I can do my thing and he can do his thing and we're on the field at the same time. But our things don't interact with each other. What I mean by that, he's going to run the ball when he gets his runs, and every time he gets a run, he's going to run. Not just miss the hole, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to make plays. And then all I would have to do is just, I'm gonna make plays in the passing game, but I feel like he's very much of a running back where he needs those touches to get going. And it's hard to, balance that out because I'm a guy who also needs those touches, not to just get us going, but I'm not here to win by a little, as y'all see. I'm trying to blow them motherfuckers out every week, trying to make it shouldn't be close no matter who we play. It just shouldn't be close. That shouldn't be a thing. So making great plays, and your boy got player of the game as I scored 7 touchdowns in my debut. 372 passing yards in my debut. 7 touchdowns in my debut. Come on, bro. Then I got subbed out in the fourth quarter because I was doing my thing. Yeah, this was a great game. And the goal going into next week is just keep it going. As reward for my great performance, y'all see I got SEC Player of the Week. And that just comes back to what I was saying on what my decisions were to even come to Auburn. Honestly, Auburn wasn't the best school and not my favorite school by a long shot, but the the outcome and the upside of playing for them and not even playing for them, but winning for them. Oh man, I know we could set ourselves up for great. And to be honest, I'm gonna play so great. These folks gonna want me after 3 years, and I'm gonna make them wait. So nice little run up the middle here. Coach doing his thing on offense, and I'm not the biggest fans of run on second down unless the defense is absolutely saying I should have stepped up on that sack. I should have ran right behind R1 and got the first down. One thing I will say, breaking the fourth wall again. Pocket movement. Like I gotta understand the pocket better because the pockets are a lot better. At the same time, you're not gonna have the same hole to run through every time if you get what I'm saying. So you gotta be real decisive when you scramble and be smart. Like don't step into the rush and don't be too obvious with where you're about to go. So that's one thing we're working on, especially knowing last week we got sacked a lot. So we're just trying to aid our ease the pressure of our offensive line and help aid the offense in moving the ball by not creating too many negative plays. Even though the offense didn't show at all, we have a problem moving the ball. But still, it's always good to try to stay ahead. And as I said, the offense didn't show we have a problem moving the ball. But guess what? We have a problem moving the ball this week. So throwing a bad pick here, honestly, it was just a bonehead decision. On those two reads, I like to read between short out, deep out. But the problem is, I went short out, deep out, and I stayed on deep out when I should have came back to the short out. But we made our mistakes. Nice little option here. We don't stay on the mistakes too long. But you can tell it's bothering me because you're gonna see me put a little more passion in my game on these next couple of drives. And what I mean by that, I know how wear and tear works. I know my body could get beat up bad, but I still cut up field and I try to get more. Last week I would have just went out of bounds or something. This week, man, look, we down 14-0, and I already got a big mindset, big plans for this Auburn team. So if I got to take a couple more hits this week to keep what I have in mind going, I'm going to take them hits, bro. I ain't worried about it either. So we trying to just move this ball best way we can. And what started being crazy, like I said, coach saw me throw that pick, and that boy was not playing. He was calling them runs. So getting into it, and this was just a great play. Getting out the pocket, feeling the pocket, and then throwing a dot on the side. Nice little RPO to the right side, and that's my number one. That's my favorite receiver. That's my number one receiver in my head. But throwing the ball to him, and I'm just knowing, I'm like, oh yeah, that's my tight end. After what he did last week, I know he gonna catch this. No, he didn't. So trying to run the ball here, try to hand it off, not the best decision. Then we get sacked here, and the offensive struggles just continue. And honestly, I was just mad on the sideline. I was getting angry, but at the same time, I was confused because just 2 quarters ago, we were at 63 points. Now we can't even score a touchdown against Cal. Cal's not even ranked, and that's another thing that's you know create a pressure on my mind. We're ranked now, and I don't wanna be one of those teams that get in the rankings and fall out the rankings every time. No, I want to be a team that gets in the rankings and keeps moving up till the season is over, until we're number one. That's how the rankings need to work. And then if we start the year out number one, I want to stay number one. So, getting back into it, trying to read the play here. I'm like, oh yeah, running back. And the offensive struggles continue. So, getting sat here, trying to make a play, and guess what? Getting sacked again. These boys have 4 sacks in the first half. And I'm not saying it's all the offensive line, but it's mostly not me. So that's all we're gonna say. I'm glad we took our 3 points here, and then guess what? Getting hit while we're throwing the ball, incomplete pass. But one thing about me, if there's if I could tell you my strongest trait, it's my head. No diddy. No, 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 none of, you know what I'm saying? No freak shit, no none of that. But what I'm saying is my mind. I don't get rattled. I don't let too much bother me. I know the truth. I know reality. I have a great grip on realities, and I have great discernment. So getting in my head, it's gonna be harder for you. I promise it's gonna be harder for you because I don't let too much phase me. Like people get bothered at the fact that I'm not bothered. So that using that mindset and how I play the game, you gonna see it. Down 11 points. I lied. Down 8 points. Excuse me. And one thing you gonna see is I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop trying. So we looking at nice little dump down here. We just doing our thing. If you paying attention, we're down all these points, but the offense is just we're taking our time. We're not forcing anything. We're not putting urgency on ourselves. That's when people fuck up. They put all this pressure and urgency on themselves to do something that they start fucking up and they don't end up doing what they're going to do. So my thing, that's why I stay so clear headed. So you could think better, think more clearly, and make plays like this. Stepped up in the pocket so I could take his ankles real quick if I run in between him and my lineman. Did that, got to the end zone, now I'm dancing on him. And guess what? We're only down 2 points with a chance to tie the game up. And that's why I don't let too much get in my head because I know if we just do what we need to do, we won't be in positions. We won't be in bad positions too long. You know what they say? Bad moments don't last. Just because your life might be bad right now doesn't mean it's going to be bad forever. And while I'm saying all this motivational ass shit, guess what? We didn't even tie the game. So it's still bad. But I'm not too much tripping on it because, like I said, one thing about me, my head stays clear. Like, I'm clear-headed, level-headed. You're not going to get too much out of me. So I just know we got to get out here and just make the right reads. Football is very simple after a while. You trust your defense. You don't even know what they could do, but they going to do something. You trust your defense and you do your job, you won't receive too many L's. And even if you look at the team stats, you see right now, we're the better offense. And honestly, we're the better team right now. Defense is just having a hard job stopping their run. But for the most part, we're good. So as long as we keep doing what we need to do, keep making the right plays and not doing anything to hurt ourselves like that interception did in the first half, with the trends of our defense been locking up lately, I know we can win this game. So my goal this whole drive is just don't lose the game. Don't lose the game. So guess what I went and did? I won the game. Honestly, there was 2 touchdowns on this play. The corner and the safety had horrible communication. And honestly, I'm blaming the safety for the simple fact that he didn't communicate. And really, I blame the defensive coordinator because we was gonna beat this play call regardless. The corner and the safety had the same place to guard. So they tried to switch it all, but I had to tight end down the middle of the field, which put the safety in a position where he had to choose. And he chose wrong on both of them. And it's not because he didn't try to choose right. Bad play here, but it should have been pass interference. But it wasn't that he didn't try to choose right. It was just both plays were open. That indecisiveness left both plays open. It wasn't his fault. So looking at it, and we scored, and I'm so happy we scored in that fashion. Big play. Definitely should have just hit circle here, but my mind is on running this ball right now. And then I try to force this in here. Didn't get it, and I'm not really too much tripping on it because I know if they did score, we would have to go down the field and we'll only be down 2 points. We've been down most of the game, so I wouldn't be. It wasn't going to phase me because it hasn't phased me so far. But moving this ball, defense making plays, gave us the ball back with not that much to go, and my mindset has changed from the beginning of this game. Once I got the lead and I had an opportunity to put more, my mindset was blow this thing wide open, make it look like it was never close. Make it look like we were never down 14-0. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing that I like to show because that shows up on film. When you start a game bad and then you win in a blowout fashion, what does that say about me? It says everything I've been telling y'all. I'm level headed, I'm clear, and I'm a winner. You're not going to do too much that's going to phase me and stop me from winning. It doesn't matter how bad it gets, I handle adversity very well. And with handling adversity, I told you I'm trying to open that thing open. I started off the game with a pick that led to our offense being down 14-0. And now I'm over here having fun on the way to the end zone while blowing this score open. This is how it's supposed to be. We're Auburn. We're SEC. That's Cal. Don't get it twisted like Cal's good, but that's Cal. No, it's not supposed to be close, and I'm glad it wasn't. And that was the goal as we took 1-0, because I hate kneeling the ball. I took 1-0, and we ran the clock out, ended the game, and we won by more than 10 points. And that's what I like to see. Even though it's only 12, we still won by more than 2 possessions. And here, looking at our stats, we had 4 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 2 through the air, 277 passing yards, and an interception. I'm not gonna leave out the interception because I'm gonna remember. I hate throwing interceptions to the point where I'm gonna remember that interception to make sure I don't do it again. So I might not do 2 videos because this is a long video, but I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one and tell me everything y'all want to tell me in the comments. Like and subscribe.